They said you've changed, but they never understood that change was the only way to survive. You didn't just wake up one morning and decide to become stronger. Life forced you into battles you never asked for, storms you never invited, and pain you never deserved. And every wound, every scar, every night, you cried alone, forged something inside you that words can't describe. You were not born a warrior. You were built through the fire, molded by failure, shaped by betrayal, and sharpened by pain. You used to doubt yourself, remember? You used to look in the mirror and question your worth, your place, your purpose. But now, when you look into your reflection, you see something else entirely. Something fierce, something untamed, something that no longer asks for permission to exist. This is the evolution of the warrior. The moment where fear dies and purpose is born. You've fallen, you've broken, you've lost. But every time life tried to bury you, you rose stronger, faster, quieter. People think warriors are born in glory. But truth is, warriors are born in the dark, in the silence where no one claps for you, in the struggle where no one sees your effort, in the war, where your only weapon is your will. You stopped chasing comfort the day you realized comfort was killing you. You stopped begging for peace the day you understood that peace comes only after the fight. You stopped explaining yourself when you realized real warriors don't explain, they execute. You see, evolution isn't pretty. It's violent, it's messy, it's painful, it's lonely, but it's real. Every version of you that broke, that bled, that cried, that screamed, that was evolution at work. You learned to smile while bleeding, to walk while burning, to speak while shaking. You learned that strength isn't in how loud you roar. It's in how long you can stand when everything inside you wants to fall. The weak fear the fire, but you became the fire. You burned every excuse, every limitation, every doubt that chained your mind. You destroyed the person who once settled for less. You buried the old you in silence and walked away from the grave with no tears, no words, no goodbye, just evolution. People around you started noticing it, didn't they? The way your eyes stopped begging, the way your silence became louder than your words, the way your presence started demanding respect without asking for it. You no longer needed validation because your scars became your proof. You no longer needed applause because your results started speaking for themselves. You no longer needed to prove them wrong, you just needed to prove yourself right. And when the nights got darker, when the world felt colder, when every part of you screamed to quit, you whispered to yourself, "Not yet." That whisper was your rebellion, your resistance, your resurrection. Every warrior reaches a breaking point, but the difference is, you didn't break, you transformed. Pain didn't destroy you, it designed you. Rejection didn't crush you, it redirected you. Failure didn't define you, it refined you. The warrior you are now doesn't fear loss, because you've already lost everything that was weak inside you. You've outgrown your past, your doubts, your fears. Evolution demanded sacrifice, and you gave it everything. Your tears became your training. Your loneliness became your discipline. Your heartbreak became your teacher. You stopped asking why me and started saying try me. You stopped praying for easy days and started praying for strength. You stopped seeking light and learned to glow in the dark. That's what real evolution looks like, not perfection, but transformation. You see, the world doesn't owe you peace, success, or happiness. It owes you nothing. But you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the fight, the discipline, the focus, the hunger, the silence. You owe it to the warrior inside you who refused to die when the world tried to kill him. And now, when you walk like a storm, calm yet dangerous. When you speak like thunder, rare but unforgettable. When you move with intent, no hesitation, no fear, no weakness. Because the warrior's evolution is not about power. It's about purpose. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. It's about shedding every layer of weakness until only truth remains. And the truth is, you were never ordinary. You were only unawakened. Evolution was the awakening. It showed you the difference between who you were and who you're meant to be. It broke your illusions. It burned your comfort. It stripped your ego. And in that destruction, you found your creation. Now you carry the wisdom of your wounds and the fire of your failures. You understand that victory isn't about winning. It's about enduring. It's about standing in the ashes and saying, I'm still here. Every day you rise is a revolution. Every breath you take is defiance. Because evolution never ends, it continues every time you refuse to quit. Remember when they laughed? When they doubted? When they said you'd never make it? Good. Because you needed that. You needed their doubt as fuel, their hate as heat, their disbelief as motivation. You turned their words into weapons, their judgment into jet fuel. You learned that the loudest critics always quit first, and the quietest ones always rise last. You learned that a warrior doesn't waste energy, proving he invests energy improving. You learned that pain is temporary, but pride is eternal. And now when they see you, they don't see the same person anymore, they see the storm. They tried to survive. That's evolution. You've become what they can't understand, what they can't imitate, what they can't stop. Because evolution isn't about muscles. It's about mindset. It's about evolving from needing motivation to becoming motivation. From chasing approval to creating purpose. From fearing failure to mastering pain. That's what you've done. You've evolved from a fighter to a force, from a dreamer to a doer, from a believer to a conqueror. You've evolved into someone who doesn't wait for opportunities, you create them. You've evolved into someone who doesn't run from fear, you hunt it. You've evolved into someone who doesn't seek comfort, you destroy it. You are the warrior that evolution created. The one who walks through chaos with calm eyes and a burning soul. So keep evolving, keep growing, keep fighting. Because evolution has no final form, it only has a direction. And yours is forward, always forward, no matter the cost, no matter the pain. One day, you'll look back and realize the war was never against the world, it was always against yourself. Every version of you that quit, that doubted, that hesitated, you killed them one by one. You are not becoming a warrior. You are the warrior. This is your era, your rise, your legend. This is the warrior's evolution. And yet, even now, when you stand at the top of your own mountain, the warrior inside you knows one truth: the climb never ends. Because every victory you claim is just another beginning. Every summit you conquer only reveals a higher one, waiting beyond the clouds. Evolution isn't a destination. It's an eternal battle between who you are and who you're still meant to become. You can feel it, can't you? That hunger that never sleeps. That fire that refuses to fade. You've achieved things people only dream about, but your heart still beats like a soldier on the battlefield. Restless, relentless, unsatisfied. That's not emptiness, that's destiny. Reminding you that the journey never truly stops. The real warrior doesn't chase the finish line. He creates new ones. He doesn't fear the unknown. He runs toward it, daring the world to test his strength again. You've evolved. Yes, but evolution never promises peace, it promises progress. The moment you stop moving, you start dying. The moment you stop challenging yourself, your purpose begins to rot. That's why you never settle. That's why even when the applause comes, you stay silent. Because you know applause can make you soft, but struggle will always keep you sharp. You've become addicted to growth, obsessed with the next level, devoted to the grind that once broke you. You understand now, greatness is not built on motivation. It's built on discipline. It's built on doing the hard thing long after the excitement is gone. It's built on sacrifice, silence, and repetition. That's what separates warriors from wanderers. Warriors don't wait for the perfect time, they create it. They don't dream of opportunity, they forge it. They don't escape pain, they master it. You've walked through darkness so long that the shadows no longer scare you, they serve you. Because now you move differently, you think differently. You are different. The old you would have quit by now. But this version of you laughs in the face of exhaustion, looks pain in the eye and says, "Is that all you've got?" You've evolved into a storm that doesn't beg for calm. You've become the kind of energy that can't be ignored. The kind of presence that commands attention without saying a word. Your silence is no longer weakness, it's power under control. Every breath you take now is a reminder that you survived everything designed to destroy you. You carry the weight of your past not as a burden but as armor. You wear your scars like medals because they tell your story not of survival, but of dominance. You've learned to build in silence, to bleed in shadows, to grow without validation. You've learned that a true warrior's strength isn't shown in battles won, it's shown in battles endured. It's in the mornings you rose after sleepless nights, in the days you trained with an empty stomach, in the moments you kept going when your heart screamed to stop. That's evolution when you no longer fight for attention, you fight for mastery. When you no longer chase goals, you chase growth. When you no longer seek comfort, you seek challenge. You've stopped fearing failure because now you understand failure is just feedback. Every loss was a lesson, every setback a seed of strength. The warrior's evolution is a cycle of dying and being reborn, over and over, each time harder, sharper, wiser. That's why you can't go back to who you were. That person no longer exists. The weak version of you has been erased by your own persistence. You've outgrown the cage they tried to keep you in. You've outpaced the limits they placed on you. You've outlasted every doubt that haunted you. And now, the world will try to test you again, not because you're weak, but because your strength threatens their comfort. But you don't react anymore. You don't explain. You don't defend. You just move quietly, efficiently, with focus sharper than any blade. That's what evolution has done to you. It's turned you into someone who no longer seeks to impress, but to impact. Someone who no longer asks for the path, but carves one. Someone who doesn't run from storms because you are the storm. You've reached the phase where your energy speaks before you do, where your presence changes rooms, where your name becomes a whisper of awe and respect. That's not arrogance, that's the aura of someone who has bled for his purpose. You didn't just evolve into a warrior, you evolved into a legend in progress. You've realized that evolution is not about becoming something else. It's about becoming yourself, fully, fiercely, fearlessly. So keep walking, warrior. Keep fighting, keep falling, keep rising. Because as long as your heart beats, the evolution continues. And one day, when they ask how you did it, how you endured, how you transformed, you'll just smile and say, I didn't choose this life chose me. That's the truth of the warrior's evolution. It's not about changing the world. It's about becoming the kind of person who can.